Here's the latest news out of San Francisco. If you're just joining us, the 49ers are closing down all operations as they're closing the SAP Center, and also Levi Stadium until further notice. Employees will work remotely, and the scouts and I guess all personnel are going to be sent home this week as we continue to go ahead and monitor what the crazy changes that are happening in the National Football League. Again, I would not be too concerned about the 49ers scouting abilities. As we said earlier on, there's plenty of film on all the different players the 49ers might want to draft. So the scouts go home, which is the right thing to do, keep them safe, and then let them just go ahead and work from home, which I think is going to be just fine overall. So we'll see what happens, how long this is going to last, but a lot of NFL teams are going ahead and doing this. The 49ers were not the first, but they will not be the last. So as we fire the live show back up here, use the hashtag 49ers. Get your questions in the comments section. That way we can throw them up on the screen, and then I can go ahead and answer them as quickly as possible in the order that we receive them. So again, hashtag 49ers. As Dane asks, Cousins and Jimmy G had very similar first full seasons. Jimmy G got us to the Super Bowl in his first season. What does Cousins bring to the table that Jimmy G lacks? I have faith in Jimmy G. A fascinating and great question. I honestly have no idea why this is starting to happen in terms of this. Cousins is a threat to take over Jimmy Garoppolo's job in 2021. Here's what I know and what I can deduce. The only reason that this is a story is because Kyle Shanahan at one point in his past not only coached Kirk Cousins, but also wanted to go ahead and sign him whenever he was a free agent a couple of years ago. That's it. I don't think there's any indication that this is real going into 2021. Because if you do look at the numbers, right? Now, Kirk Cousins has been a decent quarterback. They were one of the best passing offenses last year. You can argue he's a better thrower of the football than Jimmy Garoppolo. But look at these numbers, right? Is it really that much better? One more touchdown, a couple more interceptions. Like, it's very similar stuff. Oh, yeah, Cousins had better targets, too. Like, Cousins had better wide receivers, much better wide receivers. So this whole idea that Kirk Cousins comes in here and has something that Jimmy Garoppolo lacks doesn't make any sense. The only reason that this would actually come true is if Kyle Shanahan is not a fan of Jimmy G for whatever reason and is just tied and loves the past that he had with Kirk Cousins. I don't see this. It doesn't make any sense. I do think if Jimmy Garoppolo were to be absolute trash next year, then maybe, like, if Jimmy Garoppolo goes from up here and just tanks this season, then sure, maybe this is real. But there's no indication that Jimmy Garoppolo going into his second full season with the 49ers, actually playing 16 games, right? His second full year, hopefully fully healthy. Why would he get worse, right? You normally get better with experience. So it's ridiculous. I know ESPN had it. Diana Rossini was the one who had the original quote, just talking about how, oh man, it's crazy, right? He loves Cousins. I just don't see it happening at all. Okay. Would you guys want Cousins in 2021? Type 1 down below for yes, type 2 down below for no in the comment section. Very curious to see what you guys think about this. I would say 1. Someone says Tom Brady is a lot better. No, Tom Brady is not better at all. At all. Someone also said tabloids, Tom. Yeah, tabloids. Yeah, it's very, very, very real as well. Also, look at this 49ers hat. A lot of 49ers gear is still on sale right now. Transports.com/49hat. The link is in the description. That is where you can get all of this stuff, I believe, still on sale. So a lot of the stuff flashing on your screen it's all authentic, and it's all there at transports.com/49hat, as those things are going to be selling like hotcakes as we get closer and closer into the summer. So as we keep going in terms of some of the later news that we are hearing regarding Emmanuel Sanders possibly not returning to the San Francisco 49ers. So Sanders turns 33 next week. Like, literally next week is when Emmanuel Sanders turns 33 years old. And he has recently changed his Instagram profile picture, which originally featured him in a 49ers jersey, to just a big black letter E. So it's like, okay, well, I mean, I guess he is going to be a free agent, so he doesn't want to have the 49ers marketing in case he does go somewhere else. But we said before, when you're 33 years old, and he had a decent season last year, not a great season, but a decent season, these stats are not going to blow you away, but they aren't bad. Are you really worth the money that Emmanuel Sanders wants to be paid? That's the problem, right? Emmanuel Sanders wants to be paid like a top wide receiver. He wants 3 years and $30 million. He wants $10 million a year. And at his age, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to go ahead and give a guy like this much money. Because, as we've said many, many times, there are some receivers who were really good in the final couple of years of their career after the age of 30. But there are a lot of receivers who sign that next big contract after 31 or 32 or 33, and they're just never the same. Do I appreciate what Sanders did? Yes. But when I actually look at where our money needs to go, this is where it's going to go. It needs to go to Armstead. It needs to go to Jimmy Ward. It needs to go to DeForest Buckner or George Kittle. Like, these are all contracts that are a lot more important than Emmanuel Sanders' contract right now. And I'd rather re-sign Armstead. I'd rather go ahead and re-sign or actually extend George Kittle. And I guess if you really wanted a free agent wide receiver, why not go ahead and get one that's a lot younger, like a Robbie Anderson, a Randall Cobb, or Rashad Perryman? Rashad Perryman is 26 years old. Think about that. Do the math. 26 years old. He's 7 years younger than Emmanuel Sanders and probably will cost a little bit less as well. I'd rather have him in terms of future with our 49ers than to go ahead and get Emmanuel Sanders. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Should the 49ers re-sign Emmanuel Sanders? Type Y down below for yes. Type N down below for no. I'm going to go ahead and type N. I want to know what you guys think, Y or N, in the comment section. Earlier on, a lot of people were split on this. I think this is the most controversial offseason move the 49ers can make. People will be upset if we keep him, and they will be upset if we let him go. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Type Y down below for yes to keep Emmanuel Sanders, or N down below for no